Hey, welcome to Squarebody Stuff. I'm Chad, and this is just going to be kind of a hangout video. Really no point or direction to it. Maybe just kind of catching up on what I've got going on right now and what we got kind of in store for the future. Maybe even ask some of you if you want to leave something in the comments below of what you want to see next or upcoming. Right now, I got to go feed my cows because they're hollering at me. I don't know if you can hear them. Even though Monty's waiting kind of patiently for his feed. Let's go feed them real quick, then we'll get on with it. Come on! Oh yeah, they're all sorts of hungry. At least I think they are. Even the dog gets in on it. Oh, we can't forget you, shop kitty. Yeah. Oh, hello, girls. Ouch! The cat got me. They all get in on it. This is my morning routine. Ain't right, Athena? Yep. She's always here pestering me. I know this has nothing to do with automobiles or square bodies, but this is part of my life. Gotta make sure the animals are fed. Come on, Monty. You gotta feed him first, or the cows will get to his feed. Come on. Come on. Come on, Monty. Yeah, it's just crazy. Go on in there, Monty. She's eating all your food. She's eating all your food. The dog thinks she's helping. Get back. So I've never tried to do this one-handed. Carrying a bucket of grain. Come on, girls. And this is just a few of them. These are the mamas. I've got more down at the other place, and we got some calves up at another place. Ugh. There. Now, this little girl here, she's not a mama yet. I don't want her with the bull. Of course, the cat's got to lick my hand every time I go to change my boots. So I got to put my hand up here, let him lick my hand for some weird reason. He usually draws blood on my hand because he grabs hold of me with his claws while I change my boots. This is my life. So we got those critters fed. I'm going to run up on the, well, we call it the turtle. It's our little golf cart. My wife calls it her turtle. Run up there and check the other calves we got up at the neighbor's place that I've got rented. Get my door shut. Here's some other stuff I got going on I didn't show you in the barn. I've got a baler in the barn that I've got to work on for the neighbor, which me and him are the ones that run cattle together. This guy here, an old hay bind, I'm fixing for a friend of mine so he can get his hay cut. But if we can get the turtle started, I may run up there and check the calves up on the hill at my other neighbors. Together right now, between me and my neighbor Randy that we run cattle together with, we got about 300 acres we're taking care of. I'm thinking around 40 head of cattle. Not a big operation, but keeps me and him busy in our spare time, which it takes up more of my time than what I'd like to sometimes, because obviously I'd like to be on here showing you Squarebody stuff, but this is kind of me on my normal day-to-day, what I do when I'm not playing with my rusty old square bodies. Well, I've got to put a new battery in that golf cart. It's a gas golf cart, but the battery's pretty well shot. It won't hold the charge. So we're going to take old Cream Puff. We'll go check the calves. Cream Puff's used to doing some farm work when he's not at the car shows, you know, and looking all pretty. Alright. Of course, the neighbor's place is literally right next door. Got about 100 acres or so up here. A lot of it's just going to be for cutting hay and a little bit of pasture ground. We've got some weaned calves up here. They're right up there waiting for their feed. Y'all hungry? We got 13 up here. Fall and spring calves. That's about all we got up here. Back up through there's hay fields. All the critters are fed now. Let me get back to the shop. I'll show you what I got going on in the shop, and then we'll kind of see what maybe you guys want to see later on. Well, I showed you the hay bine out front earlier. This is what I was doing to it. I actually, from here to here, I had to fabricate this whole piece. This is what drives the sickle, the cutters on it. That connects to the crankshaft, kind of goes around and around, moves that arm this way, and pivots this arm like that, which moves the cutters in and out, or side to side. This is some of the stuff that came out of it. That's something else. I don't need that guy. But this is why I replaced it or fixed it. This knuckle here, or yoke, was on this end, and there was a U-joint right here. This little guy, for some reason they used a U-joint in this area for, for the pivot action. And I guess it worked okay. It's a late 60s, early 70s model, so it lasted several years. But I could only find one assembly on eBay. Price wasn't bad, but I looked around, and what I found that I had just laying around was some 1.5" DOM tubing, which this is a piece of what I cut off. It was actually a steering arm I had on my rock crawler that's sitting outside when I was running crossover steering on it. And so I cut it off, used the heim joint, put a bolt through it. So this setup should be quite a bit stronger than this little bitty U-joint. I had to machine some spacers to go inside there to take up the space for the 3/4 inch bolt inside the 1 inch holes for the U-joint caps. Squashed this down in the press and welded it all together. Made it look this way. So that's some of the stuff I do around here. I've done a lot of metal fabrication throughout my life. That's been one of my main ways of making a living for a lot of years, and I enjoy doing it. So I fabricated that piece up so we can get my buddy's hay bind going. It's just an extra piece of equipment we can all use. But he's got to get his fields cut. We got to get our fields cut. You can see a little 8-in Ford. That's actually my wife's tractor, but we use it for the hay rake. But it needed new tires on the front of it. They're probably, I'm not going to say the originals from the 50s, but they're pretty darn old. And they're starting to split, and the tube was sticking out the side of them. So I had to put new tires on old Henry there on the front and serviced him, make sure all the fluids and everything was good. He's ready to go for this year. We're going to get this hay bind ready to go. I've got a round baler up in my barn. I've got to do some welding on it to get it ready for this hay season. And then as soon as it dries up around here, because we've had nothing but rain, we've got plenty of grass. But as soon as it dries up, probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll be cutting hay. So I'm trying to get some videos in for you guys. But this kind of stuff is what's taking up my time right now instead of square bodies. Well, let's talk about some square body stuff for a moment. Got to get me a drink of coffee first. Coffee's way better in a Squarebody Stuff mug. Go pick you up one. Merch link down in the description box below. We got coffee mugs. We got t-shirts. That's one of my favorites right there. Just got to hang it up in the shop just kind of for display. Warning, I will talk about square bodies for hours. Something like that. Yeah. So go check out my merchandise. Pick you up something. Got some cool stuff there. I'm going to be trying to add some more in the near future. So go check it out. So let's get to talking about some square bodies. That's why most of you guys are here. Maybe some of you here just because you like hearing my voice. I don't know. What I've got going on with my square bodies is a lot. I've got a lot of projects. I mean, every one of my trucks have got something that needs to be done to it. Of course, Squeaky, my 78 C10, short bed, step side, my race truck. I've got the engine, the block sent off to have it cleaned. Be getting that back. Kind of not really at a standstill. I got plenty of other things to be doing with that truck. I've got some heads to start porting on, intake to kind of play around with. I've got some stuff I want to do to the truck itself. And over here, I've got a radiator that was generously donated by the fine folks over at the YouTube channel called Ugly Truck Experience. My last video, I went and talked to them, showcased one of the trucks that they worked on, done an LS swap on. He had this spare radiator, and he sent it to me as a gift, sent it home with me. So I'm going to put that in Cream Puff, because Cream Puff's radiator has got a couple holes in it. I got to looking at the radiator, and it's been patched and kind of cobbled up. It may be the original 79 radiator. I'm not real sure. So I'm going to probably put this aluminum radiator in him and put the fans that I've got on him. I've already got dual electric fans on him, so that electric fan will be coming off and be used for something else. So we got that coming up in the near future. Here's a box of stuff I've kind of got set aside for Buddy. If you're not familiar, Buddy is my 84 crew cab, just sitting outside. I'm going to rebuild the carburetor that's got a choke horn on it, because the carburetor that's on him doesn't have a choke. The choke horn is completely milled off and everything, so it's been that way for probably 15 years, so, or about maybe more than that, because anyways, I'm going to build this 750 carburetor, probably put the two of them together, the one that's on him and this one, got a kit, and build a carburetor for him that's got a choke on it, be electric choke. I've got the new old stock Holley electric choke kit. This bow tie is going to go on the front of him. Got to get that put on because his grill doesn't have a bow tie in it. Actually, this bow tie is for the Silverado type grill or the quad headlight type grill. He's just got the single headlight grill, but it's already got the holes in it already. I just got to get some speed nuts, which I should have, and get that thing mounted in. That's just a couple things I've got for my 84 crew cab I call Buddy. He needs an oil change and some other stuff too. I need to get him ready for hay season because he does a lot of hauling for me with my big trailer. He'll haul the hay and stuff just around these back roads, so I don't have to use my Duramax for all that stuff and get him all beat up in the fields. There's Buddy, 84 crew cab. I got my 79 K5 Blazer rock crawler. Call him Big Nasty. He's got a 454 in him. I got some videos, kind of a walk around in this truck, or this rig, truck, whatever you want to call it, if you want to go back and look at that. But some stuff I want to do to him, because I haven't really used him or done anything with him really for the last 4 or 5 years. I've kind of played with him a little bit here on the property, but he's got a lot of stuff that needs to be done to him. I need to put some headers and some exhaust, because right now he's just running manifolds, and you can't see it over here, but they're just cut off like right there. And he's pretty loud and annoying. It's kind of cool at first, but after a little while it gets kind of in your head trying to drive him around and play around with him. So I've got some headers, and they're right up there hanging in the rafters. I've got some exhaust tubing, and I'm either going to put the Flowmaster 40s or those turbo mufflers on there. I'm probably going to go with the turbo mufflers because they're a little bit quieter, and I think they'll work out great on that. Give me some peace of quiet while I'm playing around with him. And also for Big Nasty, the 750 carburetor I pull off of Buddy that doesn't have a choke, I'll probably build it to put on Big Nasty, because right now he's just got a 600 Holly on him. It's actually a little small for that big block. It does all right for rock crawling, because I'm not looking for, you know, high RPM performance, but a little bit bigger carburetor will help a little bit. I may do some more with that engine in the future. Like I said earlier, down in the comments below, let me know, out of all these trucks, projects I got going on, what you guys might like to see. I got so much going on. Another thing with Cream Puff is I want to redo the exhaust. Not the complete exhaust, but I want to put a crossover pipe on him, put an H pipe, and maybe redo a complete muffler shootout series, like I've done earlier. I've done a muffler video probably last year before, I don't remember. It's been a while, but at that time the exhaust just pretty much just jumped right out of the mufflers, and now he has the exhaust come all the way back over the axle and clear out by the bumper. So he'll have a different sound, and maybe once I get the H pipe on, I could do another muffler shootout between the glass packs, Flowmasters, and just your regular old turbo mufflers. Now the next thing I really got coming up is tomorrow. We're going to be going to the Street Rod Nationals in Springfield, Missouri. Going to be checking out some the car show. It's got car show, swap meet, I think, and you know, a few other things going on there. So we'll check that out, get some video of that, post it up next week. I think you guys would enjoy some of that content, get you away from my old rusty junk like Cream Puff. But anyways, that's what I've got going on right now. Like I said earlier, leave me a comment down in the comment box below. Let me know what you guys might want to see next. And we'll try to make it happen. I've got a lot going on with hay season coming up. My next project this morning is to get this thing back together, test it out, hook it up to my tractor, test it out, make sure it works for my buddy so he can get his hay cut next week. That's what I got going on, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know it wasn't a very interesting video maybe, but we did have Shop Kitty there pestering me the whole time, or most of the time. Is that right? Yeah. He cracks me up. Alright, I'm going to end it off here, guys. Until next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling, or your hay equipment rolling. Whatever you're working on, keep it going. We'll catch you later.